Have you ever heard of the yoga effect? If not, then we need to look far more closely at what the word, the practice, and the concept all mean. Humanity are functioning as half human beings while the rest of creation are being themselves 100%. People are practicing yoga, yet they do not even know what the word itself means. Yoga means union, and if there are at least 4 parts to us, 4 segments to who we are, being body, mind, emotions, and spirit or soul, then we need to join the dots and become wholly and fully who we really are. Like everything else, operating at half capacity is damaging the body, the sinew, and the psyche. If connection is the answer for everything else, then it is that way for us too. So let's learn to practice connection and the yoga effect of universal oneness, really, that is needed for anything to operate properly, just as it was intended to do. To fall into the loving embrace of the yoga effect is to be connected with your entire being, to all that is without. This divine connection transforms the myth of separation and moves us out of duality into the comfort of the loving arms of the universal field. So yoga simply means divine union of everything, without any exclusions, and that state of union is available to everyone all the time. Yoga is not only about standing on your head. Rather, yoga teaches you how to listen and to hear your body in all of its marvel and wonder and connect deeply to it. Graceful flow is the result, not only for your body, but also for your mind, which is habitually centered in yoga. As humans, we are really one complex being divided into these 4 main segments or systems. These systems being body, mind, emotions, and spirit. In meditation, we move through these 4 parts of self, connecting one energy or Shakti to another. And so what we're going to do is create a rainbow bridge from our root to our crown, from thought to know-thing. So we practice yoga and meditation essentially to dissolve our ego identity and let go of the stories of the past the mind has created through habitual memories. Stress is, of course, the result of this process of the mind. So Sadhguru reminds us that the whole process of yoga is to take you from something you know and take the next step into the unknown. So yoga means to be in perfect tune. Your body, mind, and energy, and the existence of all of these are in absolute harmony. So yoga will help us to align those. So the 4 segments of self are the body. To practice the yoga effect, the body represents the senses and how we interact with the world. We can only interact with one or all of our 5 senses through the physical body. There is no other language the body speaks alone. That is, until we reconnect itself to all of itself from within. So the mind represents the 2nd segment of ourselves that processes our senses into memories, thoughts, feelings, and ultimately our actions and life consequences. It links the outer world's experiences into subjective thoughts and experiences through complex neural connections that wire and fire on learned experience most of the time. Emotions represent the 3rd segment of who we are. Unhealthy emotions of yesterday can easily unravel today. Healthy emotions heal us and allow us to self-regulate much faster than our minds could ever do. So good emotions create the miraculous, and negative emotions, of course, that are not let go of create disorder and chaos. Spirituality represents the fourth segment of who we are. It is the most mysterious and perhaps most misunderstood part of ourselves that there is. It is the segment of self where we are able to transcend our limitations and bonds that exist within us and transform what doesn't work for us into the miraculous. As we prepare to meditate, to experience the power of the yoga effect, bring your attention to right now, to the present moment. Make yourself comfortable and close your eyes. Begin to be aware of your breath and just breathe calmly, deeply, and slowly. Sit or lie still and keep your back and neck straight and not bent or curved. As we start to intentionally stop the mind chatter and let our parasympathetic response system, which activates peace, take the lead. Find certainty and safety in the growing silence. With each breath, allow yourself to become more relaxed. Allow the union of all aspects of you to allow yoga consciousness to start to arise as we bring all four main elements of the self together, as we obliterate the physical boundaries that held them apart. Breathe slowly and deeply, allowing yourself to become more and more relaxed. Gently repeat the Sanskrit mantra that reminds us to look for the lotus or wisdom in the flower of our consciousness. The lotus flower is regarded in many Eastern religions as a symbol of purity, enlightenment, self-regulation, and rebirth, which perfectly characterize the human condition. Even when a lotus flowers, its roots are often in the dirtiest waters. The lotus produces the most beautiful flower, regardless. So let's use that wisdom and use it as a centering mantra to guide us through our journey of connection today. So let's repeat the mantra out loud or in your mind. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Twice more. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Now let's look at the body effect and bring your attention to your breath and how it flows in and out of your body. With each breath, allow yourself to become more relaxed. The five senses you have represent every kind of material physical awareness that we have in the temple of this body. If anything cannot be noticed by these five senses, we are not able to feel its presence or recognize it. X-rays are flowing all around you, yet you have no senses to perceive them. So now relax and allow your body to settle in. Feel your body's weight sink into the chair, bed, or mat. Begin to feel your eyes let go. The muscles in your face let go. Begin to rest. Breathe in deeply once more, and then regularly and naturally breathe. Let's bring our attention to touch. Feel your skin on the clothing, sheets or chair. Is it cool or warm air that is touching your skin? As you lie on your altar of comfort, allow your breath to become your prayers. Bring your attention to taste. What can you taste? Think of what you tasted last that was pleasant. You can remember the taste of the ocean right now on your lips. Let's bring our attention to sounds. Notice any sounds around you. Notice any vibrations, whispers of sound, buzzing or humming of the universe. Become aware of the closest sound to you. The ruffle of material, music notes, anything you hear. Now notice the sound that is furthest away from you. Now let's see. It doesn't matter if your eyes are closed or open. What colors do you see? What shapes emerge? Let all the tightness in your face and around your eyes, let it go, and project that feeling to your entire body as you breathe deeply. What do you see? Bring your attention to what you can smell. Breathe in through your nose and feel the cool air as it goes in and out. What pleasing sense does this give you? Where does it come from? Why has it come to you? For you? To connect with you? So think about the sense of freedom you are experiencing right now. Freedom is experienced more and more as you move from dense states of physicality to freer and more boundless and open states of your sacred self. Let the inhale of your next breath shoot tingles throughout your body as it easily becomes lighter and freer. As your body connects to the mind, you have begun to practice mind yoga. What connects your physical boundary to the boundless dimensions of endless space and eternal time. As you start to raise your consciousness, your yoga communicates its centeredness to you through how you are thinking and feeling in the present moment right now. The yoga of you, connected to the yoga of all other things, happens in serene silence. It happens in a state that is above all things intellectual. Out of the 7 chakras or energy discs you have in your body that you use in this exercise, let's let them represent our root and sacral chakras, where the body has learned through memory and experience to often disconnect intimate and deeper emotions from ourselves. But we can move up towards our more powerful solar plexus and heart chakras that represents to us renewed confidence in who we are, that brings about the practice of self-discipline in our lives. Raising our consciousness is in our nature. When we raise our esteem and efficacy, our energy is raised, and so are all our capabilities. Let's move on to the second segment of the mind effect. Observe how your thoughts come and go, how they ebb and flow. Witness thoughts, let them in. Realize right now, all the thoughts you are having are not you. Shift attention and allow this meditative yoga practice to quiet your mind. Our bodies benefit from movement and poses, while our minds appreciate the stillness and silence the most. So breath is not all we need to focus on right now. Now, we can invite any and all memories and thoughts that come into awareness. Allow them all in for a few moments. Say quietly or aloud, "My thoughts are not me. My thoughts are not me." Your thoughts are passing by like paper ships floating down a stream. My thoughts are not me. They flow through me. I witness thinking and thoughts like I witness and observe a beautiful flower or cloud in the sky. I observe them, but they are not me. They are thoughts rippling through the surface of my mind, while I look at them from the stillness that is within me. They are merely thoughts rippling through the surface of my mind, while I look at them from the stillness within me. Our brains respond primitively and instinctually to stress by going into survival, monkey, or lizard mind. The wisdom traditions teach us that our unregulated mind reacts instead of responds. So let's become like a great ocean that remains undisturbed by the turbulence of the waves above. Let the endless flow of automatic thoughts roll by like those ocean waves as you take back your power. Without any struggle, let's begin to detach from the mind's story. Right now I can see the mind is a means and not an end. I respond to all thoughts with calm and ease. I can let go of thoughts now as easily as skipping a stone across a lake. They gently flow away from me in all directions, and I know I'm safe, undisturbed at my core. Breathe deeply once, and regularly and naturally breathe normally again. As our consciousness rises, your throat chakra can now glow deep blue as you begin to reconnect with your true self, the self without the traumatic and limbic nightmares of our past that hijack our present moment realities. Let's go beyond the mind clutter and the talking and the intellectualizing as we move intuitively through ourselves, as we go deeper into the emotional realms of the true self. This moves us further from the physical dimensions we've already traversed into the beautiful purple-colored space of our third eye chakras, our prefrontal cortex, where we can see clearly now that the pain has gone. The emotions effect is our third segment. Let us begin to quiet the mind so our souls can speak. Our emotions are thoughts in our minds linked to all the sensations of the body. Some emotions connect us, while other emotions disconnect us from ourselves and others. As we begin to let go of emotions in our limbic brains, take your awareness back to your breathing as we prepare to let go. We let go with forgiveness to ourselves for hanging on to disconnecting emotions and not nurturing connecting emotions. So in this third segment, let us first explore painful emotions. Healthy emotions heal us and allow us to self-regulate much faster than our minds ever can. And emotions are the shorthands of our brain that we can now use to express ourselves as we are from our core values and characters. Allow yourself to imagine people or events you have had or interactions you've had in your life that were perhaps emotionally negative for you. Who comes to mind? Allow all the images and the faces to rush past you as you notice some of them more than others. What feelings do you experience? Where do you feel these emotions in your body? The simplest way to identify emotions is to listen to your body now. Where do you feel these emotions in your body? What name have you got for this emotion? Emotions hurt us and then heal us. They hurt because at the time they helped us cope with experiences and events that the body and mind could not handle. But today they can begin to heal us as we realize the experience and events are gone, yet the emotions remain. Let us practice our emotions one more time. Now we breathe and let go, realizing that thoughts are not who we are, and emotions emerge from remembering what happened. Today, the effect is entirely within you, and you have the permission and the power right now to start to release it. Breathe in a new loving light and exhale old emotions encased in that powerful light that no longer serve you. Say to yourself today, painful emotions no longer serve me. Once more, painful emotions no longer serve me. I choose to let them go. Now you can use your awareness to look up in your imagination. Look up and see a bright white seagull flying past you, and feel the perfect warmth of the sun on your face. Now, what is the first happiest emotion that comes to mind? What is the happiest emotion that comes to your mind right now? Where do you feel it? Liberate yourself and love yourself right now in the depths of silence. Consciously breathe in and out and really try to feel a sense of the wonder and mystery that surrounds you now, right now in the present moment, the place you are now and always will be. Breathe deeply once then again, and then breathe regularly and normally. Let your attention and energy shift further into your spiritual being. Your spiritual nature within is beyond any feeling your body can sense, any thinking the mind can do. It is beyond any feeling your body and mind can muster. Float now into the boundless dimensions of your sacred self and become aware of the silence in your center. You have the power to self-regulate any and all emotions that are merely messengers that we release as the process of life now moves forward. Let us bring our attention to the spiritual segment. Bring your awareness to all things spiritual right now, as best as you can ever understand them. Let's do this as we enter the fourth segment of Sacred Self. In this segment, the crown chakra is activated to reveal open-minded connection to all things spiritual, things that are beyond the bounds of matter. What does silence feel like to you right now? Our centering word right now is loving light. This can keep us centered and safe as we remember that yoga is a light which once lit will never dim. Yoga brings connection to God, self, and other. All of self and all of other. Bring your awareness to your soul. You don't have to know exactly what it is or what it looks like. Just bring your awareness as much as you can to the concept of your soul. Use your imagination and let the place you're in have a rooftop that becomes open through the power of your wondrous imagination. Through your meditation practice, you have become light enough to float. Zoom out over your body to the top of the room. Float upwards and look back at your house, your area that surrounds you, as you rise upwards in your imagination. Rise up enough to see the wild animals in the forest. See the blow from the whale in the deep blue sea, and the turtles that swim by along the ocean currents that look as if they are flying in their watery paradise. See the birds of the sky and greet them with wordless love and appreciation. Float higher still. Now let's zoom out further and see the blue ball you're lying on, and notice all else whizzing and hurtling by at lightning speed. Everything is safe, and nothing is out of place in the cosmic dance you see before you, as blue meets black and white of the universe. You realize it is all darkness lit by love, all in perfect, natural order. There is so much bright white light around you. No one knows where the light comes from, but it comes. It just is, in its isness. The Big Bang is still transforming and expanding just like you. It is all based and deeply rooted in the light and love of connection. You and everything else are now connected in an eternal peace that passes all understanding. One day you will take this journey from your body to the outer reaches for real. Once again, you will realize when you are there. You will realize that you're able to do it and be still. You will be able to know the I am and the isness of all of it as it rests blissfully beyond time and space. It rests like you now, well above fear and separation, in the comfort of truth and love and being. Intuitively see your spiritual self as gentle, warm, and white light emanating from within you. See the strands of white light emanating from within you. Let them burst outwards. The yoga effect of connection will vibrationally align you to be in tune with the life force of the universe that made your body, mind, and soul. It is an unlimited, abundant, and omnipotent, loving and kind force that will hold you always in perfect and blissful safety for all eternity. Your spirit knows this. Your yoga obliterates boundaries because it takes you beyond physical dimensions. Your yoga union makes external things become an integral part, integral part of your internal experience. Now, as we begin to end this journey of connecting aspect to aspect and segment to segment, know that your job is to keep them all connected. That is it. We allow situations outside of ourselves to disconnect us and leave a fragmented self. This is the game of life. Yoga meditation, to practice the yoga effect, solves this problem with the ease of spiritual connection. We cannot see the connections, but we know they're there. And each time you practice it, it gets easier to connect the dots that are sacred segments of yourself, low to high, small to big. You can now feel gratitude for the peace that is within you, this peace that surpasses all understanding, as gratitude is your highest yoga. Remember to use a shortened version of the yoga effect as often as you can, if you like, as you improve practice for yourself every single day. Remembering the words of Patanjali, it is important to remember as you go about your day that when you experience incredible benefits of yoga effect, it connects you to God, and you to other. Speaking of the yoga effect, Patanjali, that compiled most of the Yoga Sutras, said that when you are inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bonds. Your mind transcends limitations, your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person than you ever dreamed yourself to be. Yoga is about the journey of synchronicity from body-mind to mind chatter, to deep emotions that open the door in the last segment or quadrant to the soul. This is the yoga within. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum.